Imagine a crop so powerful an empire was built on it. A plant so resilient it grows where corn and wheat die. A superfood so potent that conquering armies didn't just burn the fields, they made it illegal to grow. For 500 years, we have been fed a lie. We were told that wheat, corn, and soy are the only ways to feed the world. We were told that weeds are the enemy. But what if the solution to modern hunger, gluten intolerance, and failing soil was hiding in plain sight? What if the weed growing in your driveway right now was actually the lost grain of the gods? Today, we are uncovering the forbidden history of Amaranth, the plant that packs more protein than wheat, more calcium than milk, and grows like a wildfire without a drop of fertilizer. This is the crop they tried to erase from history, and this is why you need to start growing it today. Welcome back to Protocol 9. To understand why this plant is virtually unknown in the modern supermarket, we have to travel back to 1519. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived in the Aztec Empire, they saw a civilization thriving. But it wasn't powered by wheat. It was powered by a tall, beautiful plant with vibrant red and purple flowers, Amaranth. The Aztecs didn't just eat amaranth, they revered it. It made up 80% of their caloric intake. They mixed the seeds with honey and sometimes sacrificial blood to create statues of their gods, which they would then eat in religious ceremonies. It was the literal body of their culture. The Spanish realized that as long as the Aztecs had amaranth, they could not be conquered. The plant gave them incredible endurance and spiritual strength. So the conquistadors issued a decree. Anyone caught growing, possessing, or eating amaranth would be put to death. Fields were burned. Hands were cut off. The grain of the gods was replaced by European wheat and barley crops that required more water, more care, and provided less nutrition. But here is the thing about nature. You can't truly ban a survivor. While the empires fell, the seeds waited in the soil, hidden in remote mountain villages, kept alive by secret guardians. Amaranth survived, and now it's coming back to reclaim its throne. So why were the Aztecs so obsessed with this plant? Was it just superstition? Modern science says no. Let's look at the numbers, because they are staggering. First, let's talk protein. Most grains, like wheat or rice, are missing essential amino acids like lysine. That means they are incomplete proteins. You can't survive on them alone. Amaranth is different. It is a complete protein. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it closer to meat or eggs than it is to wheat. Then there is the mineral density. If you are trying to get calcium, you probably drink milk. But cup for cup, raw amaranth leaves contain significantly more calcium than spinach and kale. The seeds are packed with magnesium, phosphorus, and iron, and the biggest killer for modern diets, inflammation. Modern wheat has been hybridized to contain massive amounts of gluten, causing gut issues for millions. Amaranth? It is 100% gluten-free. It is a pseudo-cereal, not a grass. It digests easily, fuels the body slowly, and doesn't cause the insulin spike that white bread does. We traded a nutritional powerhouse for empty calories. We traded a medicine for a filler. But the nutritional benefits are only half the story. The real reason you should care about amaranth is what it does in your garden. If you have ever tried to grow corn, you know it is a diva. It needs perfect water, heavy fertilizers, and constant protection from pests. Amaranth is the opposite. It is a warrior. Amaranth is a C4 carbon fixation plant. Without getting too technical, this means it is incredibly efficient at converting sunlight into energy, even in hot, dry conditions. While your lettuce wilts and your corn dries out, amaranth thrives in the heat. Growing it is almost too easy. Step 1. Disturb the soil. Step 2. Scatter the seeds. Step 3. Step back. You don't need to bury them deep. You rarely need to water them once they are established. And here is the best part. One single plant can produce up to 60,000 seeds. This makes it the ultimate prepper crop or survival food. If you plant amaranth once and you let a few heads go to seed, you will likely never have to plant it again. It will come back year after year, offering you free food with zero labor. It is the definition of ancestral yields, maximum output for minimum input. And don't forget the bonus harvest. While you are waiting for the seeds, the leaves are edible. They taste like a nuttier, heartier spinach. You get a vegetable crop all summer and a grain crop in the fall. Try doing that with a stalk of wheat. Okay, so you have grown a 7-foot-tall monster in your backyard and harvested a bucket of seeds. Now what? Many people fail here because they treat it like rice. Do not boil it to death, or you'll end up with a slimy goo. The ancestral way and the most delicious way is to pop it, just like popcorn. Heat a dry skillet, toss in a tablespoon of seeds, and cover it. In seconds, they explode into tiny, nutty, white puffs. You can mix this into honey to make alegria, the traditional Mexican candy that survived the Spanish ban. You can also use the flour to thicken soups, or mix it 50-50 with wheat flour to make nutrient-dense bread. The flavor is earthy, peppery, and rich. It tastes like history, but perhaps its greatest use is security. Amaranth seeds, if kept dry, can be stored for years without going rancid. In a world of supply chain issues and rising food prices, having a jar of illegal Aztec superfood on your shelf isn't just gardening, it's an insurance policy. The conquistadors tried to bury this plant. Modern agriculture tried to ignore it, but the soil remembers. By planting amaranth, you aren't just growing food. You are participating in a 500-year-old rebellion. You are reclaiming a piece of lost history and taking control of your own health. Nature has provided us with everything we need. We just forgot where to look. But to truly understand the power of this plant, we have to look past the grain in the jar and look at its family tree. Because there is a very good chance that you walked past amaranth 1,000 times without even realizing it. You might have even poisoned it. In the modern world, we often confuse royal amaranth with its wild, rugged cousin, redroot pigweed. If you're a gardener, you know this plant. It's the weed that cracks concrete. It's the weed that farmers have spent billions of dollars trying to eradicate with herbicides. And here's the irony. Nature is laughing at us. Pigweed is simply wild amaranth. While the cultivated Aztec varieties were bred for massive golden seed heads, the wild pigweed in your driveway is biologically almost identical. It's edible, it's nutritious, and it's arguably the most successful survivalist on the planet. By waging war on pigweed, modern agriculture is waging war on a potential food source that thrives exactly where our fragile monocrops fail. But let us assume you want to grow the royal varieties, the ones that look like alien flora in your garden. You need to know which one to choose, because the variety dictates the use. If you want the most striking visual in your garden, you plant Amaranthus caudatus, often called Love Lies Bleeding. This is the drama queen of the family. It produces long, drooping, crimson ropes of flowers that can touch the ground. It looks like a cascading waterfall of blood-red velvet. It's an ornamental masterpiece, but it's also a food source. However, if you're growing for maximum yield for that insurance policy we talked about, you want the golden giant. This plant is a beast. It stands 8 feet tall. The flower heads are upright, massive, and burn with a bright orange-gold hue. A single row of golden giant can produce enough seed to fill your pantry for the winter. And then there's the green secret. While the Aztecs valued the grain, other cultures valued the leaf. In the Caribbean, specifically in Jamaica, there's a dish that is the backbone of the island's cuisine, callaloo. Most tourists think callaloo is spinach. It isn't. It's amaranth. This is the hidden efficiency of the plant. If you grow corn, you get one harvest at the end of the season. If you grow amaranth, you're harvesting every single week. You can harvest the young leaves and stems continuously throughout the summer. They don't get bitter in the heat like lettuce does. They love the sun. When you saute amaranth greens with garlic, onions, and thyme, you aren't just eating a survival food. You're eating a culinary staple that has sustained island nations for centuries. But let's get back to the grain, because that's where the real work and the real reward lies. I mentioned earlier that amaranth is easy to grow. That is true. But I have to be honest with you. Harvesting it is an art form that we have largely forgotten. Modern wheat is harvested by massive combines. It's uniform. It's easy. Amaranth is wild. It ripens unevenly. If you wait too long, the wind will blow your seeds onto the ground. If you harvest too early, the seeds will be wet and moldy. The ancient method of harvesting requires patience, and it connects you to the rhythm of the seasons in a way that buying a bag of flour never could. You have to watch the plant. You wait for the first frost to kill the leaves, or for the flower heads to turn dry and brown. Then, you cut the heads and bring them inside to dry further. And then comes the threshing. This is the moment you realize why our ancestors were so physically fit. You beat the dried flowers. You dance on them. You rub them over screens. You're separating the gold from the chaff. The final step is arguably the most meditative practice in all of agriculture: winnowing. You take a bowl of your threshed mixed seeds and dusty plant matter, and you stand outside on a breezy day. You pour the mix from one bowl to another. The heavy, gem-like seeds fall straight down, while the light, useless chaff blows away in the wind. It's a process of purification. You're left with a pile of tiny, shiny pearls. They look like caviar. In that moment, you understand the value of food. You understand why the Aztecs considered it sacred. It wasn't just calories. It was a partnership between the human, the plant, and the wind. But there's a deeper reason why this plant captivates us. It's hidden in its name. The word amaranth comes from the Greek word amaranthos. It translates literally to the unfading one, or the flower that never dies. Unlike other flowers that wither and turn brown days after you cut them, an amaranth flower retains its vibrant red or gold color for months, even years, after it has dried. To the ancients, this was magic. It was a symbol of immortality. It was a sign that life could persist even after death. This unfading quality is why it's the perfect crop for the uncertain future we face. In a world of climate instability, where droughts are becoming longer and heat waves are becoming hotter, we need plants that do not fade. We rely on crops like corn and soy that are genetically weak. They are racehorses that need perfect conditions to run. Amaranth is a camel. It's built for the desert. It's built for the hard times. Science is finally catching up to this ancient wisdom. Researchers are now looking at amaranth as a solution to global malnutrition. They have found that the protein in amaranth is arguably the highest quality plant protein in existence. It has a protein score of 75 compared to wheat's 47. But the industry hates it. Why? Because you can't patent it. It's too wild. It refuses to be tamed by industrial machinery. The seeds are too small for standard planting equipment. The plants are too tall for standard harvesters. It resists the factory model of farming. This makes amaranth a symbol of resistance. Growing it is a declaration that you don't need the factory. You don't need the patent. You just need the soil and the seed. And here's a modern trick for those of you who don't have a backyard, or who live in a city apartment. You don't need to grow a 6-foot giant to get the benefits. Amaranth is one of the most potent microgreens on the market. If you take those same seeds, the ones you would pop like popcorn, and spread them on a tray of damp soil on your windowsill, in 7 days you will have a carpet of brilliant red sprouts. These microgreens are concentrated nutrition bombs. They contain up to 40 times the nutrients of the mature plant. You can grow a harvest of red spinach in a studio apartment in the middle of winter for pennies. This is the versatility of the unfading flower. It can be a microgreen on a windowsill. It can be a massive grain crop in a field. It can be a leafy vegetable in a garden. It can be a beautiful flower in a bouquet. It is a shapeshifter. It adapts to whatever you need it to be. So as we look at the landscape of our modern food system, a system that is fragile, expensive, and nutritionally bankrupt, we have to ask ourselves, why are we still eating the food of the conquerors when we could be eating the food of the gods? The return of Amaranth is not just a gardening trend. It's a remembrance. It's the earth offering us a second chance. It's waiting for us to stop fighting against nature and start working with the survivors. Whether you throw a handful of seeds into a wild patch of your yard, or you carefully cultivate a row of golden giant, or you just sprout some on your kitchen counter, you are tapping into a lineage of strength that goes back thousands of years. The plant that never fades is waiting for you. The only question is, are you ready to grow it? If you want to discover more forgotten crops, secret superfoods, and skills that the modern world has left behind, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Tell us in the comments, have you ever tasted the grain of the gods? Or are you growing it right now? Thanks for watching Protocol 9. We'll see you in the next harvest.